Hi everyone. I have been creating a series of videos covering the fundamentals related to investment and money management. Yesterday I had discussed about Demat account. Today I wish to talk about another concept very popularly used in investments, that's mutual funds. Mutual funds is a lot talked about, but most of the investors or common investors, they have very little or absolute no knowledge about mutual funds. At times I have asked my students like to name the mutual funds that they invest in, and they come up with the name of companies which are making the investments, like HDFC or Birla Sun Life, or just simply naming the company. They said that they have made investments in these mutual funds. Now that's not good enough. It's better to have more understanding about mutual funds, and that's what I'll be covering in this video and subsequent videos, because mutual fund is a very vast topic. So I'll be creating a series of videos covering the mutual funds itself. What is a mutual fund? Now, a mutual fund company is like a trust which brings together a pool of money from diverse investors to make an investment in certain asset classes based on the stated scheme objective. So a mutual fund scheme is a scheme to make investment, and it declares its stated objective. The objective could be saying that the investment has to be done in equity, stock market, and then in specific category of equity, maybe large cap companies, or maybe small cap companies, or maybe mid cap companies, or maybe it could decide to go for a combination of all these companies, or it could be related to some specific sector like infrastructure or manufacturing or IT sector. And it could go beyond equity or stock market also. It could invest into debt, that is bonds, or it could invest into gold, and it could again create a mix of diverse asset classes, creating multi-asset fund. So there is a whole lot of different kind of schemes that are out there, and each scheme has its own objective, its way of making an investment, based on which it makes the investment. Now, investors, while enrolling for a mutual fund scheme, or while buying a mutual fund scheme unit, should study its stated objective carefully so that the objective meets their requirement, and only then go for that mutual fund scheme. In case the investor is not that savvy or doesn't want to invest that much time studying the mutual fund, then they should take service of some certified financial planner or some certified investment advisor to make a suitable investment matching their objectives. But just simply picking a mutual fund and investing in it is like, will be akin to gambling. Now, this pool of money, which is invested in certain asset classes based on the stated scheme objective, there is a designated fund manager which manages this scheme. And this fund manager has its own team of professionals to do the research and also do various activities related to transactions. So he has a whole lot of team. And since it's not a charity organization, they have their own expenses and their own salaries to get out of it, out of these transactions. That comes out of an expense which is charged for the investors pulling in the money. Let's first understand how the pooling works, and I'll give a simple example for this. Let's say there's a box of chocolate having 20 chocolates, and the cost of the box is 40 rupees, and the chocolates are not to be sold individually. In that case, if 4 friends come together and each of them have rupees 10, then obviously none of them can afford to buy the box of the chocolates. So they pool together money, 4 friends, rupees 10 each. They pool together 40 rupees and buy the box of chocolates, and then split the chocolate between themselves. Since there are 20 chocolates in all, each of them gets 5 chocolates. Now, we can make the analogy with the mutual funds over here. So over there, since there are 20 chocolates, so there are 20 units created out of that mutual fund. So the chocolate box is basically mutual fund. Each unit is having a cost or price associated to it. That is, Over here, there are 20 chocolates, and in all, it's costing rupees 40. So each chocolate is costing rupees 20. So initial NAV of that unit is going to be 20 rupees. So unit of mutual fund, chocolate mutual fund over here is 2 rupees. Each NAV of each unit is going to be 2 rupees. Now, once the investment is done, now based on the market conditions, the price of the underlying asset class may vary, like this based on the stock market fluctuations or bond market fluctuations or gold price fluctuations. The price of underlying asset class may vary, and correspondingly, the NAV of that unit of mutual fund will also vary. So NAV, its full form is net asset value, which reflects the value of each unit that is created in the mutual fund. In the chocolate example that we have, each unit is one piece of chocolate, and initial NAV of it is 2 rupees. There is 40 rupees, it's the chocolate box price, and there are 20 chocolates, so NAV of each chocolate unit is 2 rupees. So I hope that makes sense. And then there is a TER associated to mutual funds. This TER stands for the expense ratio. So every year there is a percentage deducted from the NAV of the unit of mutual fund, that it may be somewhere around 2%. For some mutual funds it may be lower, some mutual funds it may be higher. Again, this thing is detailed in mutual fund scheme document along with the stated objectives. So this expense ratio basically covers the expense for fund manager and its team, and that's how they cover their expenses. And mutual funds are governed by AMFI, and it's known as AMFI, AMFI, which stands for Association of Mutual Funds in India. So that's a governing body for mutual funds. For any complaints related to mutual funds, if investor find anything or any grievances, they can be reported to AMFI website. So now, like we have covered the basic definition and fundamental related to mutual fund, there can be huge, diverse kind of schemes, mutual fund schemes. And now these different schemes are created based on the different asset classes that they invest in. For example, I have discussed about debt mutual funds, there are equity mutual funds, and there can be commodities related mutual funds, there can be sector related mutual funds like infrastructure mutual funds, there can be IT related mutual funds. And again, within each category, what kind of investments there are. There can be debt, liquid funds, there can be long duration debt fund, there can be small cap equity funds, there can be large cap equity funds. So there is whole diverse category of mutual funds, which I will be covering in subsequent videos. But it's a like vast topic by itself. And based on the kind of pooling of money that is done, again, there are open-ended and close-ended mutual funds. Again, that's a topic for separate video. So I hope I was able to convey what is a mutual fund and what is the basic understanding of mutual fund and what all more investors should be aware about while making investments in mutual funds. A lot of investors, when they talk about mutual funds, they are under the impression that all mutual funds invest in stock market only. And that's a very big myth I have found in investors commonly, and that needs to be broken. Mutual fund is just a vehicle to invest. Now that investment could be done in any of the underlying asset classes. Like popularly it is for equity, but it can equally invest in debt and commodities, and it could create a mix of asset classes based on the scheme objective. So let me know if there are more points that can be added to what I have stated. Follow me for getting more such videos. Like if you feel that I am providing good value, please follow me and join my MegaMoney community. And I provide money management related coaching to my students, and that's my mission, to teach money management to on people, because there are a lot of misconceptions, and because of that, people make wrong investments and suffer a lot. And that's what I wish to help them with. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye.